Welcome back to the 6th part of our Interrailing diaries. In this episode, we're going to not 1, but 2 new stops on our 2-week no-fly travel through Europe. We'll be stopping at Hanover and then continuing to Münster. I do hope that I'm pronouncing all place names correctly, but please do correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect. So we were travelling from Berlin that morning, and these would be our 6th and 7th stops. If you'd like to have a look at any of the previous stops, I'll pop the link to the playlist in my description. So we left Berlin at about 9:15 in the morning, and after one change, we arrived in Hanover about 2 hours later. We were ready for some brunch. We both chose shakshuka and it was absolutely delicious. After this, we went for a walk through the city. It was really lovely. We wandered past some shops and into this beautiful area with an art sculpture and the town hall. And after walking around the lovely park around the town hall, we went and had a look at some of the other areas, studying the architecture as we went. We really loved the architecture around this part of Hanover, and if we were staying a little bit longer, I think I'd have probably wanted to paint a picture of this courtyard. We also found this lovely little church. I'm sorry I didn't get much footage of it. It was just a short visit to Hanover, and before heading back to the train station to travel on to Münster, we just had a quick drink in this food market. At around 3:30 in the afternoon, we hopped onto our next train to Münster, gained just over 2 hours with one change, and the journey was really smooth. When we arrived, we checked into our accommodation straight away, and it was in the perfect location, right next to a lovely area that was full of shops and things to see. The room was great, it had a private bathroom, and it also had a really fun ceiling light, which I'll show you in a second. I liked looking at this map to see where we were and also think about all the places that we'd already been during this travelling journey. We hadn't done much research before visiting Münster, so everything was going to be a surprise, and honestly, we loved it here. By the time we checked in, the sun was just starting to set, so we just had a little wander and then we went to get some food. Our plan was to explore everything the next day. We actually had chips for tea and churros as a pudding. As it started to get dark, we noticed this building opposite us. Now, we don't really have much information about this building, so if you know anything about it, please do let us know in the comments. After eating, we decided to head back to the hotel. When we woke up in the morning, we could hear the church bells ringing, and it was time to head out to go and find out about the area. Our first stop was this lovely cafe where we had some breakfast. Münster is full of stunning buildings and really lovely shops. I'd actually really like to return, and I'd like to bring my parents to visit. We had a look in some of the churches, although we didn't film whilst we were inside. We actually came back to this church in the evening to see it at night time. There were loads of shops that I really liked, and I particularly liked this one. If anyone recognises it and knows whether it's just in Münster or if it's in different locations, please do let me know in the comments. Later that afternoon we found the cathedral, and there had been a market in this area here, but when we got there at around 3 p.m, the stallholders were packing away, so unfortunately we missed it. Next time, if we return to Münster, we'll definitely check the market times before we go, because we'd definitely like to come and have a look. In the evening, we went slightly further out of the city centre to find the place that we wanted to go to eat. We'd read about a place that served curry, so the curry here was absolutely delicious. You chose your curry at the counter and you got to choose extra toppings. I went for plantain, pomegranate and coriander, and I also added a little bit of what I think was sort of like a chilli oil, and honestly it was so good. It had taken a little walk to get here, but it was absolutely worth it. After tea, we walked back into the centre, and Münster at night time was beautiful. I didn't get loads of footage, but I would really recommend visiting, because if you like stunning architecture, interesting shops and a really lovely atmosphere, we found it to be a great place to visit. If you're from Münster or you've been before, please do let us know in the comments if there's anywhere else you'd recommend visiting whilst here, because we would love to hear your tips for next time. The next morning, it was time to move on to our next stop, and we were heading back to Amsterdam to finish our trip. So I've got lots to share with you from our time there, including a miniature mouse world and also exploring the NDSM area. So if you don't want to miss that, please do make sure to subscribe and turn notifications to all. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you've enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!